GM. Welcome to another weekly video of the report. Yeah, it's been a crazy week in Web3, so let's dive into it. Our top three stories this past week. DeFi almost crumbled this past week. It was definitely a rough week for DeFi as some hackers found a vulnerability and definitely exploited and took advantage of it. Jack and Brian working together to bring Lightning to Coinbase. For those not familiar, Lightning is an L2 from Bitcoin. Dylan Wade found himself in the middle of a kerfuffle regarding him and Grant or his art style as a whole. So yeah, let's dive into it. Again, for our top story this week, there was a 0-day vulnerability. So for those not familiar with 0 days, it's basically the idea that there is an issue with your code that you're not aware or familiar with it until essentially it gets found or discovered. So that's what they call it 0 day. You essentially had no idea that it was there. People either found it, so hackers in this case found it, took advantage of it, and were able to extract about 2,800 ETH from Curve Finance, and then it kind of disrupted really the whole DeFi ecosystem as they were trying to get the money kind of out from the liquidity pools. Like any great story in Web3, we have bad actors and good actors. So there was also some other white hat hackers. So some good guys that basically were able to front run these bad actors and get the money back. And for those not familiar with front running, at least from the ETH space, is pretty much when, because there's gas and gas sets the priority of which transaction gets executed first. The white hat hackers were able to basically really up the gas to execute their transaction or their code first. So they were able to get the money back that way. Not really sure, if you've already managed to somehow take 2,800 ETH from Curve Finance, how you don't just up the gas to 100 ETH just to like make sure nobody can front run you, but definitely got front ran and they got the money back. DeFi was able to, kind of breathe a little bit again. So DeFi got battle tested this past week. Not sure if it's a good thing, bad thing. I mean, I think it's a good thing overall. It's going to be healthy in the long run. I mean, it doesn't look too good right now, but yeah, just another day in Web3. Brian Armstrong and Jack working together again, looks like. So for those that don't know, Jack kind of went into the BTC Maxi world a couple years ago. Jack's the CEO of Square, used to be the former CEO of Twitter. So Cash App recently reported some crazy earnings just from doing their custodial Bitcoin on the Cash App. So Cash App is starting to become a big player in the Bitcoin space. They also support Lightning support, which is a level 2 chain from Bitcoin. So one of the biggest complaints against Bitcoin is that it is a very slow chain. So Lightning is there to kind of address the speed of that. To make it more seamless, if you've ever interacted with Bitcoin, sometimes it could take about an hour for your transaction to clear, and if you could imagine trying to go buy a piece of coffee and then waiting for an hour for the transaction to clear for you to get your coffee, that would not be scalable. Anyway, so Jax was asking Brian how come Coinbase doesn't support the level 2 network Lightning. So it looks like they're gonna get together and try to build something. Brian is the CEO of Coinbase for those that don't know, and yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. Always willing to kind of push the Bitcoin or the crypto flag forward, taking on the government recently against the SEC. So yeah, it's awesome to see kind of these two maxis kind of working together to make the whole ecosystem better for all of us. Our third story this past week. So Dylan Wade is a artist in Web3. Yeah, he really recently found himself in some warm waters. Dylan Wade's piece above was a recent drop, and a lot of people felt that it was a direct knock to Grant Yun's piece, which is below. People thought it was too similar. Obviously, the styles, you can't really claim, you know, styles as your own, and no one else can do them. Everyone has, everyone shares and repeats and rinses the same styles. So nothing against that, but do you feel that these are too similar? Are they the same? I mean, the colors look pretty identical. The wood textures and everything, it's pretty similar. So I don't know. Is it flattery? Is it straight up copying? Who knows? It was just an interesting observation to see kind of across my timeline. Some notable sales, or also known as pulga parada, segura comprada. Hell yeah, for all my Spanish speakers out there. Yeah, we recently had a Autoglyph 190 ETH sale. Autoglyphs is a generative art piece, or as Hi, I'm Dave. What's up, man? Likes to say, a bunch of lines and sticks and triangles. The cool thing about autoglyphs, for those that aren't familiar with autoglyphs, is that it's on chain. So that means that the image itself lives on blockchain versus um, kind of other ways that people deploy ETH NFTs, which is it just includes the URL, which then points to somewhere else, like another private server or an IPFS server with that image. Instead of doing that, it actually lives within the blockchain. That's what makes it pretty cool. So nice to see 190 sale from the autoglyphs. Our next big kind of crazy sale, and it's not big in volume, but what made it pretty notable was Skulls of Lucy or Lucy. They've been kind of pretty hot this past couple months. Sam Spratt, which I've covered on here before, um, he has like a new game for new people to join. It's an addition work. The Skulls of Lucy specifically are one of one, so typically they've been selling for about 70 plus ETH. So it was really weird to see Batsuit Yum basically get a Skull of Lucy for 15 ETH, which is substantially less than what they've been going for. 75% discount pretty much. So pretty crazy stuff. Not sure if it was intentional or if this was staged or what, but definitely got a crazy sale, and they could either keep it, flip it, and make cool 60 ETH on top. Up to them really what they want to do with it, but yeah, the hype is crazy for this Skulls of Lucy and Sam Spratt game. So we'll see what happens. We recently had a CryptoPunk sell for 500 ETH. Crazy amount. This is a zero trade CryptoPunk, so it means that it basically has, nothing with it, like no earrings, no hat, no afro, no nothing. And as I jokingly like to say, is people are willing to throw money to find CryptoPunks or PFPs that look like them in real life. So shout out to all the ball people out there. So yeah, 500 ETH CryptoPunk. Nice to see during this bear market. On the horizon, or kind of what I'm looking at this week, um, another masterpiece. At least that's what it's dubbed by Jack. Jack is a artist in Web3 who's pretty popular. Yeah, this piece is pretty epic. I highly suggest kind of looking at the original. I wasn't able to get the MP4, kind of the video of it, but I'll make sure to link it below. It's pretty epic piece, and I was able to find kind of a nice thread from Jack about kind of this piece and what it means to him or them. Also noted by Uncle Pennybags. Shout out to Uncle Pennybags. He said that this artwork looked pretty similar to the Noble Drop Bulletproof, and I would agree with that. But what's cool about it is, if you guys can see over here on the right hand side, on the bottom right hand corner, my interpretation is that basically, and I think Jack confirmed this as well, is that this face right here is looking at himself below. So it is a reflection. It's the artist looking back at himself, thinking that he is the best. That's what I'm assuming that best yacht crown on top means. And then that's why you see the word narcissist kind of crossed off. Yeah, pretty epic piece. Looking to see who kind of becomes the owner of this piece. Bidding war is definitely happening right now. So yeah, this is kind of what's on my radar this coming week. For those that are new to my channel, I've recently created a Zeely community. So there will be a quest associated with watching of this video. I'll drop kind of the word or the clue for this in the description. So make sure to kind of get your quest for watching this video, get some points. The way this kind of works is that basically there are quests associated with being a member of my community. I'm going to use this basically as a way to do giveaways as well. We got a couple giveaways on the pipeline coming through. Thinking about giving away either a Max Payne or a ACK kind of color study skull. Aldover and Mac Vinyls definitely are killing it right now with kind of this XP game. This is what the quests are, so subscribe to YouTube, follow me on TikTok, all that. So yeah, make sure to check it out. Thanks again for tuning in. And like I said, I'll leave the phrase down below in the description. Make sure to get those points for yourself. Make sure to subscribe to the newsletter, and thanks again.